morning. We left the hotel about 5 minutes ago. Rode our way back to the trail. So we're back on the Waterfront Trail. This is actually the Hamilton Beach Trail, apparently. It's much cooler today. It's very windy. It's raining up in Toronto, but it's supposed to be gone by the time we get there. Feeling pretty good right now. Slept a lot last night, which is good. And now we're going to make our way towards Toronto. It's about 46.5 miles total. We're hoping to be there before it starts raining again this evening.
Day 2 is just short of 50 miles from Hamilton to Toronto, much of it along the lake or through quiet neighborhoods. The last few miles were in downtown Toronto and to our hotel on the waterfront.
Crossing the entrance to the port in Hamilton. There's a boat going through right now, so we're gonna be stuck up here. These fine Canadian gentlemen have stopped to help us figure out how to get through. Oh, and there's a whole bunch of bikes riding. Very cool. So this we're at the bridge. It's under construction, so we're walking our bikes across. Very cool though. There's a lift bridge, so the whole deck lifts up when a boat comes through. Lots of people biking. Morning. I'm kind of in a traffic jam here, trying to cross the bridge. Up ahead on the right, there's a little kid who probably is 10 miles an hour faster than we are.
They usually ride across this, but there's just too many people.
Yeah. I'm filming the ride, and so I'm talking to my GoPro.
Okay, good. So this
You're
is
kind of wide, so
Yes, a little bit, yes. Both the bike and the rider. Alright, so we met these Canadian cyclists who have been very kind to show us where we should be riding. They're cruising along. One of them told us a story about how he rode from Victoria, British Columbia to Newfoundland. And 8,000 kilometers, so it took him 73 days. Sounds amazing. So he told us the story of that ride while we were standing waiting for the bridge. Now they're being very kind, and they're showing us the way to get around some of the construction that's going on here. Alright, so we're about 6.5 miles in. Those guys were very nice, and they got us around some construction and detours. Now we've left them. We're getting back down to the water. Here is Lake Ontario. Being very lovely. back on the actual trail. Burlington, Ontario. Alright, so we've stopped in the town of Oakville at Oakville Bill Hill Promenade. That's the name of this park. There's an art exhibition going on actually in the park. We've stopped for a granola bar and to rest a little bit. We're about a third of the way in. Making pretty good time this morning. The weather is much cooler, probably 10 to 15 degrees cooler than it was yesterday, which is certainly helpful. And so we're going to have a granola bar and some water, and then we're going to carry on.
After stopping for a snack and some water, we continued through Oakville on a series of bike paths and parks along the lake. The weather and the views were both beautiful.
Alright, no problem. Thank you. Morning. Thank you. In Oakville, headed towards Toronto. That's Daniel ahead of me. I have the camera for the moment. This would be Neil, by the way. And we're about 27 miles to go. So far, so good. So, a very nice ride so far. Go left. Yep. Do not go left. Oh yeah, go left. No, I thought we went the right way. It's on the map. Straight ahead. Entering Mississauga, or as Daniel would call it, Michigan. right now. We had subs, and we're proceeding on towards Toronto. I can see Toronto. Step in the right direction.
We stopped in Clarkson at Mr. Sub for lunch, and then moved on mostly on a series of bike paths through lakefront parks, getting closer and closer to Toronto. The Humber Bay Arch Bridge is a 456-foot bike and pedestrian bridge, built in the mid-90s as part of the Martin Goodman Trail. It crosses the Humber River.
About 4 miles from the end. Somehow we picked up 3 miles, so it's a 49-mile ride instead of a 46-mile ride. And now, of course, there's a bridge with an uphill. Because what else?
Riding into downtown Toronto, we were greeted by a series of bike paths and separated bike lanes. We made a brief stop at a bike shop to buy new cleats for my shoes, as my right cleat wasn't clipping in anymore. We thought this would solve the problem, but we found out later there was a much bigger issue.
Okay, after a brief stop at a local bike shop to get me new cleats, because my cleats are not working. We're in the last stretch. We're about less than half a mile from our hotel. It's getting ready to rain, so we'll be getting into the hotel just in time. Here we are. It's downtown Seattle. Downtown Toronto. Today's a holiday in Canada, and so everybody's off, just why it's so crowded down here. Alright, here we are. Just under 50 miles. I'm at 49.56 right now. A good day, better than yesterday. I think the weather was cooler, and we stopped a couple more times to drink more water. Plus we had ice cream, that always helps. But here is our hotel. I'm not sure which side we have to get in on. Lobby is on the right.